Hello and welcome to the channel. I am the Walking Warrior and today I am in the lovely town of Chatham, which is part of the Medway towns down here in Kent. Now I'm right down by the riverfront today in a really nice little place called the Riverside Gardens. It's right on the side of the Medway. Yeah, it's really nice. It's a really sunny day and it's really lovely down here today. So now I'm going to take a look at three lovely little cannons that I spotted on my way walking to have a delicious beverage in the command house. So it's a lovely nice warm day today. It's a little bit windy but it's really lovely down here. So if you do come to Chatham, this is a nice place to come, right on the side of the river. It's got a lovely view. Look at all the boats. Look at all that history on the other side of the river. Absolutely lovely down here it is. This is my kind of place down here by the river. So I'm not too far from Chatham's historic docks. And I think this would have been part of the docks back in the day when the docks was all fully operational. But now this has been turned into the lovely Riverside Gardens. And it is a nice little place. It's got everything you'd want. Well, everything I'd want. It's got a lovely view of the river. You can look right over to Rochester and see the castle and all that. It's got a lovely pub called the Command House, which is very nice. Although a little bit expensive, it is a very nice pub. And also, it has got cannons. So what more could you want? It's got cannons and everything. So it really is a nice place down here. And I'd like to just say this to them people who come to Chatham with their camera and just go to the bad bits so they can get views. So come down here, mate. Come down to these gardens with your camera and spend the afternoon. And then try and mug Chatham off, 'cause it just ain't happening, mate. Down here it's lovely, and Chatham has got a really, really fantastic history and some really lovely old monuments and things. So if you're like me and really into history and love all this old stuff, then Chatham is a really good place to come. 'Cause if you're like me and go to them modern towns and you're just bored out your head 'cause they have got nothing going on, Chatham's not like that. There is history on every corner in Chatham, and the Medway towns, they are just full of history. So as you can tell, I've been spending a little bit of time in Chatham lately and I am becoming a fan. I love this town. Everywhere you look it's just full of history and there's not many towns like that. I love coming here, it's great. So welcome to the Riverside Gardens, as the sign says. Yeah, so this place is worth a little visit. It's really nice down here. Especially on a day like today where the sun is shining and it's quite warm. Yeah, it is a really lovely little place. It's right by the river. So let's go and find the cannons. 3 cannons down here, all in a row. Now, I have been looking up a little bit about them because I first see them the other week and I thought I'll find out a bit of stuff about them cannons and come back with my camera and do a video and tell all you lovely lot at home all the amazing facts that I've found out about these 3 cannons. All the amazing things and history that I have found out about these 3 cannons. But I couldn't find out anything about them. I really couldn't. I searched online trying to find out info like where they was from, what boats they was off, where they came from. But I really couldn't find out anything about them. I really couldn't. Now first things first, let's call this one Cannon 1 and let's say hello to it. Hello, Cannon 1. You are a very nice old cannon. Nice to meet you, mate. So this one is a 12-pounder. It was made in England and probably cast before 1790. I know that because it says it on the plinth I'm about to show you in a minute. So it's an original cannon cast before 1790, cast in England, so it's got some age to it. This thing could have been used at the Battle of Trafalgar, firing cannonballs at the French or the Spanish in the big battle. Let's hope it was. Let's hope this cannon done the decisive blow, sinking one of the French galleons with its 12-pound cannonball. And this cannon could have been there, because it definitely would have been on a warship. Because like the other two cannons, they was all found, all three of these cannons was found here. When they redone the wall, there is like a concrete wall that runs round this dock. These cannons was found then, so they've been laying there for years. They was discovered here when they built the new wall. So these cannons would have been on warships, because this dock was a military dock and it dates back to like the 1300s. Really old naval dock. So this would have only been used for military purposes right up until 1955. So these cannons would have come off a warship to have been found here at this dock. So they probably came off a big magnificent English galleon bristling with cannons from every port. So they found them, they made these frames for them, but the frames are replicas of original cannon frames. Then they made these cobblestone plinths and put them here for everyone to see and enjoy. And I'm enjoying them. They're really nice free cannons. So let's move on to Cannon 2. Say goodbye to this lovely Cannon 1. Bye-bye, Cannon 1. I hope you was at the Battle of Trafalgar and I hope you done really well, mate. Got enough good shots in. And I will see you again, because I will definitely be back for another beverage in the command house, because I thought it was really nice in there. So that was Cannon 1. So let's move on and have a look at Cannon 2. Cannon 2 is a bit more chunky. So Cannon 2 has eaten all the pies. And it is a foreigner on our land. It is not even English. Cannon 2 is from Sweden. So you might ask, well, what is it doing being displayed in Chatham? Well, this Cannon 2, the lovely 18-pounder, was probably on a Swedish warship, floating about somewhere, minding its own business, doing whatever Swedish warships did at the time, and the English came along and captured it and stole all its cannons and probably brought it back here to the dock and stripped it down for all its parts. Or if it was a good ship, they would have repurposed it and used it in the British fleet. So if you are from Sweden and you're watching this, I'd like to take this opportunity to apologise for my fellow Englishmen and their terrible behaviour, stealing all your cannons. It was a very long time ago, and I can assure you I had nothing to do with it, but I will apologise to you on their behalf. But look, now we are looking after your nice cannon, so let's say hello to it. Hello, Cannon 2. I don't know what hello is in Swedish, but if I did, I would have said that. And I don't really know if I should have touched it, because after all, this is stolen property, this cannon. And now my fingerprints and DNA are all over it, so the police might investigate this terrible crime and now come straight round my house looking for me, because my prints are all over this lovely old half-inched cannon. So as you can see, this one's a bit bigger than the others, an 18-pounder. And it has got the date on the side, 1783, if you saw that on the video. 1783 this cannon was made. Lovely old cannon, big cannon, 18 pounder. So we stole this and probably put it on one of our warships. And coming from Sweden, this probably was a really good cannon. If you read that plaque that I just showed in the video, that says this cannon could fire an 18-pound cannonball 3,500 yards. So if I do the maths, I think there's about 1,800 yards to a mile. So this cannon could fire an 18-pound cannonball 2 miles. That is pretty impressive. But these cannons wasn't built to be used at long range. They used to get right up along the side of the ships, turn sidewards, or broadside as they called it, and let go with all the cannons. So at close range, these cannons would have really had some power. So let's say goodbye to Cannon 2. Bye-bye, Cannon 2. And I'm sorry we stole you, mate, but we've looked after you now. Look, we built you a nice plinth and everything and put you on display. So I hope you forgive us for the terrible crime committed by my fellow countrymen many years ago. So let's move on and have a look at what I'm calling Cannon 3. Now Cannon 3 is another 12-pounder, made in England, cast before 1790. But it does look a tiny bit different to Cannon 1, so they are not matching, I don't think. This one does look a little bit different. And I'm glad to report that this one is not stolen. It was made in England and has been here all the time. So this one is safe to touch without the rozzers coming round. So let's say hello to Cannon 3. Hello, Cannon 3. Nice to meet you, mate. And you and your 2 friends are now stars on the Walking Warrior channel. So looking at this 12-pounder, it is very similar to number 1, but I think it is a little tiny bit different. It just has a slightly different shape to it, and the lines are in a different place, so it is a different cannon. But it was still another one. It was found here at the dock, so it must have been on an old English warship back in the day, fighting against the enemies of England, protecting its country with all its 12-pound cannonball power. So as you can see, it's pointing right at the castle, this one. So it's really not too far from here, the castle. It's just over the other side of the river in lovely Rochester. So yeah, it's really nice down here in this little park, view of the castle, and you see that blue crane that I just showed? Well, that blue crane, there it is. I am going to go on the hunt for that, because I spotted it down here when I was down here the other day. And I saw that crane, and to me that crane looks really interesting over on the other side of the river. So on another day I'm going to take my camera and go and hunt down that crane, because you must be able to get to it, and I want to see it because it looks very interesting, that crane. I bet it's really massive when you get up close to it. I bet it is a really nice old thing, that crane. Oh yeah, this cannon's a nice old one. This could have been used in the Battle of Trafalgar, protecting our country from the Spanish and the French. So let's say goodbye to it. Bye-bye, Cannon 3. Nice to have met you, mate, and I wish I knew more about you, but I couldn't find a lot out. But I hope you had a good time at the Battle of Trafalgar if you was there. And I hope you really enjoyed yourself and sunk a few of them ships. Nice to have met you, mate. You are a lovely thing, and I wish I knew more about you, but I couldn't find nothing out other than what was on the plaque over there. So I would say to anyone out there, if you are a bit of a cannon expert and you watch this and you know about them, know what they are, please message me, 'cause I like these old cannons. They are a really good bit of British heritage. So if you know what they are, where they would have been made, even maybe someone knows what ships they might have come from, drop me a message and let me know, 'cause I would be really interested to know more about these cannons, because now I have found the command house and these lovely little gardens down here on the river. I will definitely be back down here, so I will see more of these cannons, because these gardens are absolutely lovely. They got a magnificent view over the river, and I must admit I do like this command house. It's a really lovely old building. It's worth coming down here just to look at this place. So it was built in the 17th century as the storekeeper's house, but apparently this place was used as a command centre by Horatio Nelson. So there's a thing, if you come to the command house, you are going in somewhere that Nelson once went to. And I like that, that's why I love this command house. And like I said earlier, in Chatham, there is just history wherever you go. And you just don't get that in these boring new towns. So I am the Walking Warrior. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe so you can join me in the next one. I'm off now to find something else. So let's go and explore.